you want, you can record now.
Okay, I think we are live. Okay. Hello everyone, and welcome to the first trading card game. Host Justin Schrader, and today I have subjugated my wife. I have to Courtney to play a test game here, just kind of show what the game is about, just how it flows. This isn't going to be the starter deck, so this isn't going to be complex or fast paced, so I'm going to do the best I can to explain it to us. I'm going to do the best I can to explain it to us. I'm going to do the best I can to explain it to us. I'm going to do the best I can to explain it to us. I'm going to do the best I can to explain it to us. Oh, hard to hear me. Okay. Give me 1 second. Oh, hard to hear me. Okay. Give me 1 second. Oh, hard to hear me. Okay. I will admit audio issues. I will admit sort out issues. Let's see. Is that sort out issues? Let's see. Yeah, I'll take that sort out issues. Let's see. Yeah, I'll take that sort out issues. Let's see. Yeah, I'll take that sort out issues. Let's see. Yeah, I'll take that sort out issues. Let's see. Yeah, I'll take that sort out issues. Let's see. Yeah, I'll take that sort out issues. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Might want to do the intro.
Can you cut your... Okay. Restart. So, welcome everyone. This is the first... Okay. Welcome everyone. This is the first play test, or the trial session of Myriad trading card game. I am your host, Justin Schrader. I am the creator of the game, and I have got my wife here, Courtney, to play a test game with me here, just to show what the game's about and how it plays. We're not going to be using the starter decks. Starter decks are a little slower and easier to learn, whereas this might be a little more fast-paced, so I'm going to do my best to explain everything that's going on. So, number one, Myriad is played with as a trading card game where you use souls to battle your opponent in a conquest to beat them to the point where their soul is vulnerable. You can steal it and add it to yours to make yourself ever more powerful and to eventually escape Myriad. You do this with a deck of 39 cards. That deck will consist of souls, which are these purple bordered cards, and wits, which are these green bordered cards. Souls are going to be the primary unit that you use to play the game. The attack value is in the top. The bottom right value is how much damage it either deals to your opponent when it attacks directly, or how much life you lose when it's destroyed in combat. The middle area is effect text, and the bottom is the name, artist, and so we got that. And then the wits card is very similarly laid out to the souls, except these are cards that are one-time use. You can use as many of them as you want in a turn, and they give temporary or small buffs and gains throughout the game. So this card gives you a soul point, which are the main points you use to play the game. Going into the rules, the way you win the game is by destroying all of your opponent's life cards and attacking them directly one time. That's how, and then that's the game. Each life card has a life value attached to it. So let's say if this is my soul on the battlefield and I attack my opponent directly with it, they would take 4 damage. This has 6 life on it, so it'd be 6 down to 2. Once it hits 0, it breaks, and you keep going down. The main way you play the game is with soul points. Soul points are used only for souls. Wits cards you can play as many as you want for free without them. But it's an action point style system. So you start with 3 action points in a turn and +1 for every life card that you have that's destroyed. based on these actions here, these are all the things you can take in a turn in any order. So if you wanted to, you could play a soul, attack with it, and ready it. In other games, it might be considered untap, tap, or ready and fatigued, exhausted. In this game, a ready card means it's ready to be used. Used, it's used. You can't use it again until you ready it. So the 5 possible actions that you can take in a turn: flip a soul or flip a face down card you control face up, play a soul from your hand face up or face down, declare an attack with a soul you control, draw 1 card from the top of your deck, or ready a soul you control. And you can do that in any order on your turn. So that's the main rules that usually you can play a game based on that knowledge alone. So we will start the game. I will flip my deck face down, shuffle my deck. Normally in a game, you will put your life cards to start. You'll put your life cards in any order face down because it does break downwards. So this card would be the first one to break for me. So if this is an important card, maybe I want to put it back here or vice versa. So the positioning of these cards matters. So Courtney will flip up her cards. We will both draw a hand of 6. Well, we'll roll to see who goes first, but Courtney tends to go first. Oh, and that's why. I rolled a 1. And
Oh, no.
Courtney rolled a 1 as well. I might have a chance. Oh, are we gonna be a 3 again? No way. Oh, okay, yeah, there you go. So Courtney can choose whether first or second.
I'll go first.
Courtney will go first. I will draw my hand of 6 cards. There's no mulligans in this game. You get what you get. Alright, so Courtney will take her turn. Let's see what she does. Alright, she plays a spicy little badger. Doesn't have anything on play or attack, but it does have an effect when it's destroyed. And that's when it's destroyed in combat or by card effect. I did forget to mention this is a lane-based combat system. So if Courtney were to attack me, it would go down this column. So if I had a defender, I could defend here. But if the defender is in this opposite column here, the attack would just be unblocked. Alright, Courtney's playing a Wits card. And as she's grafting it to a soul with 1 life cost, looking at Spicy Little Badger, bottom right value, it's 1, that's the life cost. And it'll gain 3,000 attack as long as this card's grafted to it. So it's like an equip card from Magic or similar in Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, so 4,000 attack, 1,000 there, 3,000 here. That's a big badger. Courtney's using her second soul point to attack me directly for 1 damage, and I will take it. So I'm taking 1 damage. You can attack on the first turn of the game.
So that was 2. Oh, maybe I should keep track of.
Yeah. So Courtney has 1 soul point left.
Oh,
You can press the number keys.
Oh, okay. And then I'll use my last one to break that. Oh, Jesus.
Alright, and she readies Spicy Little Badger. Like I was saying prior, you can do any actions in any order. So there's no untap or upkeep in this game. So if she were to leave Spicy Little Badger in this used position, next turn, it stays that way. So you have to plan out accordingly. Alright, so we'll go to my turn. Courtney, is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
Nope.
Alright, so we'll go to my turn. To start my turn, since I'm not the first player, I get to draw 2 cards from the top of my deck, and then I will take my turn. Okay, so I am going to play this card face down in front here. Whenever playing a soul, you can play it face down or face up. When it's face down like this, it's considered a card on the battlefield, but not a soul, and we'll get to that in a moment. I'm going to play my Sea Goat, and And then I'm going to play another soul face down here. And then I'm going to use my life card. So each life card has an activated ability that you can use. Each one, out of all of them, you can only use one of them once per turn. So for this turn, I'm going to use my Grace the Great Horned Owl. I'm just going to turn it to the side, signifying that I've used it. This will give it so the first soul I flip face up next turn, so on my opponent's turn, will gain 2,000 attack. And if it's a water soul that I flip face up, I'll also get to draw a card. So I've used all 3 of my soul points. 1, 2, 3. I've used one of my life cards, and I don't want to use any wits cards in my hand, so I will pass my turn to Courtney. Okay, Courtney for her first soul point will play a soul face down. The reason you want to play souls face down in this game is because it can be used as a defender later on. My deck is a more defensive deck. I'm playing water. Water is all about flipping face up and surprising your opponent. So I tend to play my cards face down, whereas Courtney's deck is kind of like a hybrid of fire. So she's going to be playing more cards face up and just start attacking with them. Alright, for her second point, she's going to play a soul face down. She has one more point. Oh, and Courtney, if you need to look at one of your face down cards, hold Alt and Shift.
Okay, thanks.
She's looking at a life card.
I'm going to use this one.
Alright, Courtney is going to send one card from her hand to the bottom of the deck to draw 2 cards. And all of the life cards are built in a way to either increase power, consistency, or repeatability in your deck, allowing you to strategize a little bit more, not have to mulligan or worry about combo lines. Alright, so for Courtney's third soul point, she played Jack the Lantern here, which is just a vanilla beater. And that was her last point. She used her life card. She chose nothing else, so it'll be my turn. I will draw 2 cards. And play the game. Alright, so Courtney's trying to line up something crazy here, and I don't like it. So, what we can do... So... I'm going to play a soul face down here. So that's my first point. Second point, I'm going to play Aquilin Golden Ruler. This card is a cost, so in order for it to resolve and enter the battlefield, I will have to resolve the cost. The cost says I have to control 3+ face down cards. 1, 2, 3. Cool. It has the ability, which means I can spend a soul point to get this effect. Flip a soul I control face down. And then I have a static effect when I flip my first Aquilin, which is the archetype that this card belongs to. Soul on your opponent's turn. Your opponent must return a soul they control back to hand. So for my last soul point, I'm going to play a card face down here. And then I'm going to use my Grace the Great Horned Owl again and hope that Courtney attacks. It's your turn.
I draw 2.
Alright, so... Uh-oh. So, Courtney has played Quetzalcoatl. In order to play it, she has to sacrifice 2 souls, and it has an 8,000 attack and 4 life cost. So if that hits me, it's going to hit me hard.
So this has a cost, so I have to take 1.
Yep, so it has a life cost in the bottom right corner, so in order for the card to resolve, it has to pay the life. She gets to graft it to a soul, so equip. And when it's grafted, it effectively has trample. So normally in the game, how it's stated before is when one of my souls is destroyed in combat, I will lose life equal to its bottom right value. But what this says is I'm going to lose 4 damage every single time I block it. So it's pretty good.
I can't like keep it there, so I don't. We'll just know that it's under there.
Oh yeah, you can
Then I'm
search.
going to attack.
Are you sure you want to attack?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to flip up my Galapid to defend. So I have a couple. The combat works in 3 steps: the attack declaration, defender declaration, and then damage. Damage being when 2 souls compare their attack value and see which one's destroyed. Now, Quetzalcoatl has declared an attack. I have the opportunity to now play a Wits card or activate an effect at this point, which I'm not. Courtney, would you like to? You don't have to.
No.
Okay. So now the soul is going to check down the column to me and see if it's a direct attack or not. So going here, nothing. Going here, going here. So if I chose to, I could flip one of these souls face up and defend. Technically, this is a direct attack because I don't have a face up soul. If there's a face up soul that's ready in this column, I would have to defend with that soul. But I do not, so now I get the opportunity to choose. So I'm going to flip up Galapid. For the sake of just showing how combat works, we're not going to activate any effects. My Galapid will then become a defender. And then we will go to Courtney. Would you like to activate any Wits cards or anything like that to boost your guys' attack?
No, I'm good.
And I, unfortunately, will be good as well. So Quetzalcoatl has 8,000 attack. Galapid has 1,000. Galapid dies. Normally, I would take 1 damage because of its life cost there, but since Courtney has the supersizer attached, I'm going to take 4 damage. That's rough. Alright, and that was Courtney's 3rd soul point. Do you have anything else? Alright, my turn. We gotta capitalize here. I think we're gonna spend a soul point to play this guy here. I'm gonna send a soul point to attack down this column. I'm attacking with a 1,000 attack and 1 life cost soul. Oh, Courtney flipped up Arachnodoom. So it says when destroyed, if this card was destroyed while defending, the attacker is destroyed. So we're going to go to combat. Mine will deal damage, 1,000 attack to the 100 for Arachnodoom. Arachnodoom is destroyed. Arachnodoom's effect triggers. My Sea Goat is destroyed. I will not lose life because it was destroyed with a card effect and not in combat. So I have 1 point left. And I'm going to attack directly for 3 damage, 3,000 attack. And Courtney is going to take the damage. Ooh. Alright, I'm going to use my, let's see, maybe we have something else we want to use. No, we're going to use my owl and pass turn. We are vulnerable here because since this soul is used, I would not be able to block with it, so any soul attacking down this column would be a direct attack. Well, we're pretty safe here. Nope. So Courtney is going to pay 1 soul point to flip her jet black cat face up, and then another soul point to attack. It's got 1,100 attack. Oh, that is rough. We are going to take 2 damage because I don't want to block and lose one of these souls here. So I'm going to, and the damage tramples over, so this only has 6 life. I already have 5 damage on it. So 1 damage will go to this card, and then 1 damage will go to the next. And then my life card also has an effect when it's destroyed. I get to search my deck for an Aquilin, which is a specific archetype card, and add it to hand. So I'm going to search my deck. I'm gonna get Galapid, which is an Aquilin card. Alright, Courtney still has 1 soul point.
I'm gonna ready this one.
Alright, and she is readying her Quetzalcoatl for another devastating turn. So, we are going to go to my turn. Draw 2. Alright, now, since I have a destroyed life card, I get to start my turn with 3 plus 1 soul points for every life card I have destroyed. So we're going to go to 4. So I get 4 points to work with now. That puts me in a good spot. So I'm going to use 1 to ready my Keelan. I'm going to use a 2nd to attack Courtney directly. She didn't play a soul there, so I get free damage.
That's 3.
Yep.
So then 2, just change 1. 1. And then, so
Okay.
I can shuffle any number of cards from my hand back into my deck and then draw that many cards.
Yep. So she gets a free reshuffle effectively, or a mulligan. This is the only way you get a mulligan.
I'm honestly just gonna do 1.
Okay. She's doing 1 card. It's got to be a scary hand then.
Okay.
Alright, and I got 2 soul points left, so I think we're gonna try to be a little more defensive here. So I'll use my last 2 soul points to play these 2 cards face down.
Jeez.
And I'm going to use my Grace the Great Horned Owl again, hoping that she attacks with something that doesn't have 8,000 attack. It is now Courtney's turn.
Alright, I draw 2.
Courtney now has 4 soul points, so this could be a scarier turn for me, because she is definitely the aggro deck.
To risk it.
Oh. Alright, Lucky Cricket. So on play, she discards 2 cards and then draws 3.
So I'm going to discard.
Oh, another Chump Stomper. Oh.
Drop 2. Okay. And I'm going to. Oh wait, so this goes to 3.
Yep. For another soul point, she plays Terracotta Worm, another massive soul. Sacrifice 2. That's not what we wanted.
Use this ability.
Alright, Courtney's using her life card, which gives a soul on her battlefield plus 2,000 attack and plus 1 life cost until the end of the turn. So if it would deal 4 damage, it's doing 5 instead. And who are you giving it to? Okay. This will be worth it, but it's also, it's not worth it. Oh man, alright, so. Oh.
Well, now I.
Hey, you don't know what that is. Yeah, whatever, I already flipped it. Alright, so Arachnodoom flips face up. Unfortunately, well, normally I would take 0 damage because it has 0 life cost. But since she has Chump Stomper, I'm going to take 5 damage, which is going to break my next life card. However, the sacrifice wasn't in vain. I get to destroy her Quetzalcoatl. My life card's destroyed, and when it's destroyed, each player shuffles 2 cards from their hand into their deck, and I draw 1 card. So, ooh, that's I'm going to shuffle that one. So hopefully we broke up her hand of power there, or whatever she's got going on. No trample damage, though, so.
I still have 1 point. Oops. Just 1. So I am going to. Oof. scared. I don't know what this is.
What is it?
But you already have your one free flip. So I'm going to.
No, every defender, and this is good. So whenever you're declaring a defender, it doesn't cost any soul points to do so. That is a clarification I have on the rule book. Declaring a defender is just
when you flip your
part
first
of the.
Aquilin soul, your opponent's turn, your opponent must return to your control.
What's this, Courtney? Is this an Aquilin?
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. So I'm going to use my last point to draw another card.
That's fair. All right. Courtney is taking her. Or is there anything else you'd like to do, Courtney? All right. It is my turn. I'll draw 2 cards, and now since I have 2 missing life cards, I have 5 soul points. All right. I gotta beat her this turn. No, it's not gonna happen. We're not getting the cards we want. So I'm gonna spend a soul point to flip up Gear Instant. On flip, draw 2, then shuffle 2 cards from my hand into the deck. So a little better. I'm gonna put this one to the bottom. I'm gonna put this one to the bottom. Shuffle. Okay, so we got 4 more points. Can we do things? I'm going to use my Keelan's effect, spend a soul point for his ability, and flip a soul you control face down. I'm then going to spend a soul point to play Alcoha. Its cost, destroy 3 face down cards in the same column. 1, 2, 3. It's not the spider.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I had to destroy my spider for it though, so. I have 2 soul points left. Before I start using those again, I'm going to use my Raw Sapphire, which lets me send a card from my hand to Dust, which in this game, Dust is exile. Oh, I'm going to have to send them. And if I do, return a soul from my Abyss to hand. I'm going to get my spider. And then I'm going to attack Courtney with a soul point for 3 damage. It has 3,000 attack. Yes. My last soul point, I'm going to play a soul face down in the front. And that is it. Go ahead, Courtney.
Right, I am at 4 points. Oops. Draw 2.
This is the only one she's got on the battlefield. It's scary. Oh, she plays Vanilla Wisp, which on play lets her recover 2 life.
So that's for 1 point. I will then. I'm going to draw another one for a soul point.
Sounds good.
Oops. Not bad.
She dealt us one.
Alright, yeah. Are you sure this is my deck?
I'm certain that is your deck. Courtney has this deck in paper. We have paper test cards, and she's questioning whether or not this is her deck.
I'm going to draw 1 more card and not deal 1. Oh, what did I do? Well, screw it. I'm gonna have to draw 1 more.
Alright, Courtney's drawing all the cards.
And that is.
Alright, we gotta capitalize on this. I'll draw 2 cards to the start of my turn. Okay. It's not the best, but we do have 5 soul points. Still have our life card. We got a bunch of wits cards in hands. Let's see what we can do here. So I'm going to spend a soul point to ready alcohol. I'm going to spend a soul point to attack with alcohol. Courtney, since so it checks down the column towards my opponent. And that's another thing we haven't been able to experience yet. But if I had a face-up soul that was ready here, they would enter combat. So positioning on the battlefield matters. So this soul is going to attack down here. Since this soul is ready, it'll become a defender. My 3,000 attack to her 100 attack. Courtney, do you have any wits cards you like to activate? That sucks. So her wits card says cost, discard 1, so she has to discard 1 for its cost.
Oh, shoot.
Courtney likes all the cards in her hand. Oh. Ooh. So, target defending soul gains plus 6,000 attack this turn. Okay, this will be destroyed. And
Wait, what? I thought it, oh, okay, cool.
yeah, I don't have any wits cards. I wish. Ooh, actually,
No.
no. Whoa, I'm the judge, and I'm gonna use Moon Flash on my own soul's attack. Negate target soul's attack. Are you gonna negate that?
No.
Oh my gosh. Courtney is beating me up, and
So then this dies.
nope, nothing dies. And combat ends.
Oh, it just negates the attack. Okay.
Yep. So since we got to as far as we did in combat, that's where we're gonna leave it at. This is used to attack. This was used to defend. All right. What's next here? I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna use my Vitalize card, which lets me ready target soul I control for no soul points. And then I'm going to attack for 3 damage. We got there. We did it. Yes, we're almost there. We got 2 points left. We're just gonna go for it again. Ready and attack for 3 damage.
Okay,
Ooh.
so this puts it to 2. And then search my deck for Foo Flare.
Yep, so Courtney will search her deck for a Foo Flare. Courtney does not have a Foo Flare, so that's good for me.
Can we do the home roll?
No.
No?
No
Okay.
home, fine. So we've been allowing Courtney just to draw 2 cards. That's not how the card works. I have no soul points. I have no wits cards I'd like to use right now, so I'm going to use my Raw Sapphire, send a card from my hand to dust. We're going to get rid of alcohol here, and then we're going to add a soul card back to hand. And you know, you just can't ever have enough spiders.
Oh, gosh.
I know, it's Courtney's turn.
Alright, so I start with 5 points now.
Yeah.
I draw 2. I need to pick up the pace here because.
There is no maximum hand size in the game. So Courtney currently has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11.
I am going to play this.
Oh, so she's going to pay the cost to play Carbuncle. Send 3 unique souls from the Abyss to dust. She is sending her Lucky Cricket, Magma Slime, and Cat. Now it has a play effect, which lets her graft target soul to this card, so equip a soul to it. In response to your on-play effect, there are certain cards of the games that have a keyword, or either the keyword or in the black border. Let's see if I can put this down here. Just zoom in so I can point to it. This word quick. Quick means I can play it both on my turn and my opponent's turn. So in this case, this is a quick wits, so I can play it on my opponent's turn. And its effect says negate the effect of a soul. I'm going to attempt to negate the effect of Carbuncle.
Oh my gosh.
So, Courtney, do you have any response?
No.
Courtney does not have a response. We saved our soul. So,
Okay. Well.
that was her first soul point. She still has 4 more.
Let's do this for 1.
All right, Courtney has flipped up her, or played face up her water bowl. When it defends, it gains 2,000 attack, and it already has 2,000 to begin with.
I forgot to scale up my cards, so I'm gonna do that really quick. Because they're small. Okay. So that was 1, 2, so I have 3 left. Screw it, we're gonna activate this, and I'm going to.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. So Courtney is Terracotta Worm's 10,000 attack, 5 life cost. I'm going to flip up my Gear Instant to defend. So 2 effects are going to trigger at this point. My on flip effect and my Aquilin static effect. Static effect just checks when, if this happens, then do this. So it says when I flip my first Aquilin soul on my opponent's turn, which Gear Instant is an Aquilin, my opponent must return a soul they control back to hand. So, and the game effects stack similar to Magic the Gathering, where I can choose the first in, first out. So we will have Gear Instant's effect be on top, and then Aquilin. So Gear Instant goes first, I'll draw 2, then shuffle 2 to the back of my hand. Ooh. And then Courtney must return a soul back to her hand. Yep, that is fair. She did not return the carbuncle, though.
Okay.
That's funny.
So now we got resolve.
Yep, so then this will become a defender, and then this will block and almost certainly die because I only have 1,000 attack. I will take 1 damage based on the bottom right value of the life cost. It's now back to Courtney. She has 3 soul points left. Oh, she's doing what she did to me. I think
no,
she
my cards
won.
are different shapes.
Oh, it's a different shape. You can't do it. She got us here.
Right.
So then she's able to.
So then.
Oh, maybe not. So her soul has the modifier from Blaze the Bearded Dragon. So it does 5 direct damage to me, which will break my life card. So I'm close. I'm almost dead, but when my life card is destroyed, I can destroy any soul on the battlefield. I will destroy.
Easy.
However, that won't matter here because she has an out, which she still has 2 soul points. Oh, and she has another soul point. Oh, she's just messing with us now. She just wanted to. Oh, so now we know what she was doing. She was just gathering all of her energy for this one moment.
Use another soul point to attack directly.
And that's the game.
Oh my goodness.
So, since I have no life cards left, Courtney attacks me directly, and there's nothing I can do to stop it. I lose the game. Normally, if I had other souls to block, and they were able to, I can stay in the game even if I'm losing life damage. But the moment you die is the moment that you take that direct attack. And that is the game of Myriad. What we'll do is we can run one more game here. This time maybe I'll get some better cards. Courtney was loaded. Oh man. Here, I'll spawn in your deck again.
That'd be easiest. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So maybe I'll play your deck against you. No, I won't do that. I will use a different deck. Let's just use this one. Oh, Courtney.
Do you have extra life cards?
Do you
Are
need
these too big?
Well, you can keep them that size. That's fine. Did you need to use different ones?
I know. I'm gonna see if I can replace that Flare one.
Oh, here. That's a pretty good card.
I'm gonna
I think.
replace it with this one.
Okay. That's pretty good too.
So, this one, I'm just gonna put over here.
Okay.
Okay.
I will shuffle. Since I lost, I'd like to go first. Oh, it's looking good. Oh, Courtney's. You all good?
Trying to get 0.
You have to, because it's 10.
Oh, gotcha. That makes sense.
Courtney's drawn her hand of 6, and we are off. I am going to play one here, play one here, and play one here.
Okay.
Use my owl, and it's Courtney's turn. Now she can't hit me in the beginning like that. Okay. Courtney is setting up a column here.
I'm going to draw one for my last one.
Sounds good.
Go.
Alright, going to my turn. I draw 2. So we're gonna. Alright, so we're gonna put one face down here. I'm gonna put my Aquilin out here. And I'm gonna put my goat right here. So that's all 3 of my sold points, and I'll just use Grace the Great Horned Owl again. It's your turn.
Alright, I draw 2. I am going to flip this. And so because it's not an on play, I don't
Yep.
have to do the effect.
So on play is only from your hand face up to the battlefield. If you play it face down and flip it face up, it's not technically being played, it's being flipped face up.
Okay, then I am going to.
Oh, what's she doing? So Courtney is going to use her second soul point to attack Lucky Cricket. Lucky Cricket's destroyed. Then she takes no damage because the bottom right value is 0. And then she is going to play the Wendigo. Alright, so cost is she has to sacrifice a soul that she controls that attacked and destroyed another soul she controlled. So she did all of that. And now it has a static effect where it costs an additional soul point for souls in this column to attack on its controller's turn. So I'm not going to be attacking down this column. And it has 12,000 attack, which is the highest attack in the game.
And that's all my points. So.
That is all Courtney's points. So I'm going to draw 2 cards. Let's inflict some pain. I'm going to spend 1 soul point to flip up my sea goat. Spend an additional soul point to play Yamada no Orochi. I'm going to sacrifice 2 souls for have it resolve. And then I'm going to attack Courtney directly for 8,000 attack and 4 damage to her life. Yes, we're winning. I'm going to again use my Grace the Great Horned Owl, and it is now Courtney's turn.
Alright, I draw 2, return. I am going to.
Ooh, alright, so she played her Vanilla Wisp. She's going to recover 2 life.
I am going to play. Let's see.
Oh yeah, she's got 9 cards in hand. Alright, she's setting a soul face down for another soul point.
Ooh. Let's see.
Ooh, alright, that's a good one. So she played Toadbert, which when he's played, you gain a soul point. So you can play him for free. And another soul point to play Dactyl Vanilla Beater. Alright, she's setting up. It'll be my turn.
Says effects.
And I will draw 2. What do we do here? Well, we might as well try it since we got the points to do so. I'm going to ready Yamada no Orochi, and then I'm going to attack down this column towards Courtney. Let's see what she's got. Oh, on flip, negate an attack declared by your opponent, so that'll trigger before shit's declared as a defender, and that'll negate the attack. So I have 1 soul point left. Wasn't very nice. I'm going to play a soul right here. I'm going to use my owl, and it's Courtney's turn. Got something scary. Thank you very much, Two Lanes. That's all the artists that we have working with us are really talented. We're almost getting rid of all the temp AI art like the Wendigo, but yeah.
I'm going to.
All right, Karma Sinman. So she's going to sacrifice 2 souls. She's going after my weakest column, which isn't very nice once again.
Sorry, so 3, so I use a soul point, so I'm at 2. I am going to then use this.
Oh no. I can't vanillify that this time. So Carbuncle is going to steal my Yamada no Orochi.
I then, so that was 1, so I have 1 soul point left. I'm going to go ahead and attack down this column.
So 2,000 attack, 2 life cost. I'm going to flip Gear Instant. So 3 effects will go on the stack right here. 1 for my Grace the Great Horned Owl, 1 for Gear Instant, 1 for Aquilin Golden Ruler. So I'm going to have this one resolve first. This is going to resolve second. This is going to resolve third. So this will gain 2,000 attack. I will draw a card. And then I will draw 2 cards and shuffle 2 back into my deck. Shuffle those back, and now Courtney must return a soul she controls back to hand. Don't do that one. Oh. Oh man. Alright, so we're gonna then go to defend. My Gear Instant will have 3,000 attack. Courtney's has 2,000 attack. Courtney, do you have any cards you'd like to use before we go to damage?
Let's see.
And I'm passing my priority to you.
This is a 2+, so. And you're not attaching anything, you said?
Not right now, no. If you attach, so I've passed my priority. Defender gains priority in this situation to activate cards and effects. Once I've passed that to you, you have the opportunity to do so. If you do so, I then pass that priority back. If you decide nothing, then we go to damage.
Okay, there you go.
All right, so 3,000 to 2,000. Yours is destroyed, and you'll take 2 life.
Wait, I take that.
Wait, you take it back.
Read that?
Yes, yep.
Because of your card.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. Just for this turn.
Jeez. And that's my Tasty's Vaccines.
That's your Takesies Vaccines. Okay. Oh, so
Okay.
perma boost. So grafting it, so equipping it to target soul, and it'll gain 2,000 attack. So it puts me 1,000 under. I am then, in response, going to play block boost. have to discard a card. I'm gonna have to discard alcohol because Courtney's not putting stuff face down. This soul will gain plus 6,000 attack until the end of this turn.
I have nothing.
You got nothing? Alright, take it. Yeah.
And then
You'll take 2 damage.
Yeah, I take 2.
That was your last soul point.
Yes.
So now I can prepare for this guy back here.
Don't want to do that.
My turn? Or did you know?
Oh, yeah, sorry. No.
I'll draw 2 cards. Ugh. I think we do it. So I'm going to play Bub Lighter for my first soul point. Without using a soul point, Wits cards cost 0 soul points. You can use as many on your turn. I'm going to play Temporary Truce. All players return a soul from their battlefield to hand.
Oh. Oh. Ooh.
I think you...
I'm going to do this.
I'm going to return Bub Lighter.
I'm doing this.
Wendigo, so that's perfectly fine. I'm going to do it again.
Oh, my... Wait.
No, I'm alright, I'll
I
wait.
have nothing.
Nothing, no counters, no. Just give me that one back.
Just no.
Oh, boo. Alright, so she's going to hold my soul hostage. That goes back to my hand, so I still have 2 soul points. So let's try it. I'm going to attack down this column for 3,000. Since these souls are face down, I don't have to declare them as defenders or attack into them. So now we're going to go into Carbunculo. Courtney, on attack declaration, do you have any cards or effects you'd like to activate?
No.
Alright. Go ahead. So then I have 3,000 to your 2,000. Do you have any cards or effects?
No.
So, Carbunculo says when this card leaves the battlefield, return it to its owner's control ready, referring to the grafted card to it. I'm going to choose to place it right there.
And I lose 2 life.
Yes, you do.
So this breaks.
Yep.
Let's see. Rotation 10. So this, I can shuffle any number of cards from my hand into my deck and then draw that many cards. Thank goodness, because...
Well, that's... Ooh.
Okay, so I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, do 4. I'm sorry, this is taking a moment.
That's okay. Take your time. Take it. The hardest part about this game, and I will be 100% open about it, is initially the amount of choice and options that you get to play is overwhelming. After, I've noticed though with most players after the first, second, or even third game, the rules are incredibly simple and they were designed to be that way so that you can focus specifically on doing crazy cool things or intricate combo lines, similar to the first game that Courtney had with me, and saving up all of her wits cards to do a crushing blow with her terracotta worm. She's probably doing that right now as well. So I have 1 soul point left. I'm going to put my soul face down here. And is that what we want to do? Yes. The next soul I flip face up will gain 2,000 attack. It's your turn, Courtney.
Alright, so I get 4 soul points because I have one that's dead. I'm going to activate this ability, so it says send a soul from abyss to dust and then add a soul from abyss to hand.
Yep, so that'll let you recur one of your souls.
Add a soul from abyss to dust, and then... Okay, and then I'm adding this card to my hand.
That is very fair.
I am going to... Let's see. I'm going going to pay a life point to draw.
Courtney has 2 soul points left. She just used 1 to draw. She's using another to play Jack the Lantern. She's afraid. We got her on the ropes.
Let's see. I'm going to shoot. I'm gonna have to use my last point again to draw a card.
What are you building over there?
I have no.
You have no clue.
All right, go.
I will draw 2 cards to start my turn. I do not have the luxury of 4 soul points, so let's just keep hitting Courtney in the head. Yeah. First soul point, I'll attack down the middle column with Yamada no Orochi. If you decide not to make this the defender, Jack the Lantern will become the defender. Oh, boo. Alright, well, we gotta get it out of the way at some point. I'm gonna use a soul point to ready Yamada no Orochi, and another to attack Soulful Stone.
Okay, so then he dies.
Yep, they'll
And I
take
take 2.
2 damage. And then I'm going to use Grace the Great Horned Owl, and it's Courtney's turn.
Alright, I draw 2. I think I can.
Think you can what? Uh-oh.
I am going to. This. 1, 2, 3. Do you have anything? In response?
Well, you cannot respond to costs, so this
Well,
will
no,
have to be
like,
paid
oh,
first,
okay,
and then
so-
on play, you're going to take my guy. You may take him. Goodbye, Yamada no Orochi.
Alright. So, my bad. I played him, so now I'm at 3 points. I am going to then play. Let's do Vanilla Wisp by.
Yep, recover 2 life.
I recover 2 life, so I'm at 0. And then I have 2 points left. I'm then going to play. Oh, it takes.
Go ahead, you can put it right there.
I don't. Okay. So then I will sacrifice this one and this one. So now I'm at 1 point.
Mhm.
And then I am going to. I'll use this card. And. Ooh, I'm also going to. That.
So you do have to pay a life for that to resolve.
Correct. So I'm at 1. And then I am going to attack down this lane.
Alright. I'm going to flip Galapin. 3 triggers.
Oh, no.
Grace. The effect here, and Keelan. So I'm going to get this effect here first. This will get 2,000 more attack to defend, and I get to draw a card. Then this effect, I get to draw 1, shuffle 1. And then you have to shuffle a card from your hand into your deck. Your
Okay.
choice.
And into the deck.
And then you must return a soul from your battlefield hand.
I'm going to do this one so you can have this back.
Thank you. Let's put on. Oh yeah, let's not do that. All right, Galapid will defend. Since this has trample, instead of taking the 1 damage, I'm going to take 5 because this has 4, and Courtney's given it +1 life cost because of this card. So 4 damage. This is destroyed. And there you go, Courtney.
Alright, I am then going to. Let's see. I'm going to use my last point to draw.
All right.
Go.
I'll draw 2 cards. Let's start doing some. Yamada no Orochi will attack for 4 damage. Is that all good, babe?
Oh, sorry, 4 damage. Yep.
Oh.
Oh, my lord.
Alright, I still have 2 soul points left, so we're gonna do it again.
Was that
4 more damage.
okay? So then this goes here, 4, and then this destroy any soul on the battlefield. That's hard. I'm gonna have to say this or this one.
I'm gonna do something even harder. Temporary truce.
Altars return soul off. Okay. So this goes.
And then I'm gonna use my bottle of souls. I'll gain a soul point. And then I will use my last soul point to play a soul face down. I'll use my Grace the Grand Honal, and it's Courtney's turn.
Alright. I draw 2. I start with 5 points this turn. I am going to put this down here, so I'm at 4. I am going to, let's see. I don't want to do so I can because I don't have solar control to sensitive with this, so I can't do that. I'm going to use another soul point to draw. That's not what I
What are you trying to do over
Is
there?
that what I wanted?
You're trying to do some combo stuff, aren't you?
I'm going to place this here. I love this art, by the way.
It's a shout out to Dan Kelly. Thank you.
So I'll keep that up. And I'm going to sorry, this is a 2. Wanna use another soul point to draw?
Okay.
Oh my lord!
There is a, we do play in paper pretty often, and I've never seen Courtney do this. So it is, there is that like TTS thing where sometimes consistency doesn't always line up to paper. But it is an option there for you. She's just trying something spicy here. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, take 5. Is that what I wanted to do? Oh no! I don't have anything. Oh shoot! I'm just gonna keep playing with it. Let's see. So I will play this.
Yep.
So I will recover 2, and then I'm going to play this on the battlefield. Unfortunately, I have to get rid of my 2 souls, and I have ran out. So let's see. You know what? I'm gonna do this.
Here's the little combo stuff. Yeah.
I'm going to use this ability, and I will attack down this row. Oh. No! Oh my
I'm sorry, but
All
wrong
that
column.
time.
Wrong column.
Oh gosh. That's what I should have kept my hand for. I thought I had one of my big boys in there. Oh, I think that's game for sure. Let's see what else I can do. Well, no, because I used my soul point or I gained 1 to attack, so I'm at 0, so you can go.
Got 3 soul points. Can we do it? We can. I'm going to use my sudden revival. Return 1 soul from my abyss to the battlefield ready. In order for it to resolve, I have to pay the bottom right life cost, which will break my life card, which lets me search for an Aquilin card. So we're going to do all that first before we get to resolve the effect. We're going to my Aquilin Golden Ruler. And then we're going to get that soul out here. Alcohol.
Oh my goodness.
Alright, Courtney. I'm going to attack for 3 damage directly.
Okay, yeah, 3. So
I'll
this
use.
breaks.
Yep. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Oops. So each player discards 2, and then I draw 1. I'm gonna discard. I don't like this one. I'm gonna have to take that out of my deck. I just don't like the cost.
Send us all you control to the abyss.
And I will also get rid of. It's hard. I'll get rid of this one.
Alright.
So I'll get rid of that. I can draw 1. Bring it on. Go.
Vitalize.
Oh.
And attack directly for game.
Flip the table.
Flip the table. Alright, and that's the second game of Myriad. So, the first game was a little bit more in-depth, giving a better description of the cards, how the game is being played, and that second game was just watching the game unfold. Courtney, what were you doing over here? I'm gonna steal your hand. Oh yeah, she was planning some combo stuff.
But I couldn't get my baby. I think I need more smaller.
More little
souls.
guys, yeah.
You should really zoom in on the cards so that people can see the difference.
Oh yeah, no. It's all these guys here are all AI. We're just finishing up the art for Vitalize and Bottle of Souls. I still have to get the import over for Arachnodoom, but we're slowly but surely getting everything set up here. But yeah, hopefully everyone enjoyed the gameplay. I will be going over to my Discord and sitting in there for about another hour, just if anyone's interested. Play a game. The mod is up on Tabletop Simulator. If you have a copy of that, that's about $20 in Steam. It often goes on sale. Otherwise, we do have an Instagram and a Discord, like I mentioned, where we're posting a little bit more often, game updates. But again, if anyone has questions, please come to the Discord, post them. Any type of questions are welcome. You're not going to get kicked out for asking some hard-hitting or philosophical questions for the game. But otherwise, everyone have a great rest of your night. We'll be back here next Wednesday, and thank you.